specifically because God was bringing something into my heart. And I was really wondering, like, why don't people receive what you tell them when you're in the spirit and you're trying to tell them something? And a lot of them kind of shun your advice away and just like, oh, she thinks she's holier than thou, and blah, blah, blah. You know, God was really telling me, because the reason why they cannot receive what you're saying to them sometimes, especially if you're talking to a family member or a friend or somebody that you know, and you know what they're doing, and you know what they're doing is wrong, and you tell them, it's because they know what's in their heart, right? They know what's in their heart. They know the evil that's going on in their heart, and what's, you know, the wickedness and everything that's going on in their heart. So they think that that's what you are too. And so that's why I always say it's so important to show people how holy you are. And the reason why I made that video the other day talking about when your family members, you may be the only one in their lives that they're looking up to be their role model, to know what to do and to know what to say and to know what to be. Because when I asked my family the question, I asked my family this question when I was thinking about it, because I was really thinking about them coming home and telling me how people are at school and how people are at work. I asked them the question, so who is it that you guys model after? Who's your example? And right away everybody said Jesus and God. And I said, well, who in your life do you look up to? And they said you know. But I know why they said that, because they look and see the Jesus that protrudes out of me. And like I said, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. That's not it. But I'm trying to let you guys know that it's so important to show people who you are. Don't just tell them who you are, and don't just tell them and say you are this and you are that and you need to stop doing this. They need to see an example of what to be, because that's what people are looking at. They're looking at you. They're looking at other people and what they have and what they, you know, and if they see that you are exuding a life of peace and joy and happiness, and you're in your word and you're praying and you're preaching, you're practicing what you're preaching, in other words, they're going to say, wow, you know, there's somebody that I look up to. There's somebody that I want to model after. There's somebody that I want to have a relationship with God like her, you know, or like him. So, you know, they just remember that people are receiving you by what they're seeing, not by what you're saying. So you've got to show that life. And so I know I said this in my other video, but it is important because everybody is looking at you. There are people that are looking at you. And you cannot just say, you've got to be doing, you've got to be showing, you've got to be proving, you've got to show yourself approved. Okay? Sorry, that's my ice maker. Another thing that God was putting in my heart is, okay, so a lot of us are putting our confidence in flesh as well. And I'm talking about not looking at somebody that's godly, but looking at celebrities, for instance. When I was a flight attendant, I met many celebrities because they flew on our planes. And so when I thought that, I guess you get this kind of excitement when you see a celebrity, because you feel like they're better and they're just cool, they're awesome, they're not somebody that you see every day. You know, you see them on TV, you see them in movies and in shows and, you know, stuff like that, and you just get excited and stuff because that's the way the world portrays them to be. They're a celebrity, they're somebody that's awesome, and, you know, they're really overstated, you know. But when I met celebrities, and I thought I was going to get that excited feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm meeting, because I met Nick Cannon in real life. I met him in real life. I met a couple of others, but let's just take, for instance, Nick Cannon. I seen him. I took a picture with him when I was a flight attendant and everything. But when I really looked at him, you know, I was like, you know, he fell asleep on the plane, right? And there's drool coming out of his mouth, you know. In other words, people... They're people like we are. They're the same. They do the same things. They eat, sleep, drink, talk, walk. They do this. They're people like we are. They are no better than we are. In other words, a celebrity is a celebrity by the world standards. But by God, he sees us as all people, you know, his people. And so we've got to start looking at other people that way too. We can't treat somebody better because they've got a Mercedes, or that because they've got a certain title, because they're the president, or because they're you know, an actress or an actor, or because they're a rapper. We can't treat people any different, especially when you come to Christ. You really realize that, like, people are just people. They you know, not that you should be more confident than everybody else, but you do exude a certain confidence in Christ, and that's a healthy confidence. I'm not saying that you think you're better than anybody else, or you think you're holier than thou, or you think you're better than Nick Cannon or whoever it might be, but we also don't look at everybody. We don't look at somebody like Nick Cannon and be like, oh man, you know, he's so awesome. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you know. We don't do that. We don't. We look at you as another individual. Okay, refrigerator. We look at you and look as another individual and another opportunity to help and save that soul. If we can minister to you, we will. If we can help you in any way, we will. So we've got to stop putting so much emphasis in people. And I know I talk about sports a lot, but I feel like every time I look at a football game, I see the crowd and they're just going crazy over these men. They're men over a sport. And then you see the players, they're like, all this stuff, and you know, all on the camera, like, okay, you know, it's just a sport. That's just a man playing a sport. We cannot be glorifying men like that and uplifting them. We should be glorifying men and uplifting Jesus and God alone, not men, you know. But for some reason, people go crazy over celebrities and football games and things that shouldn't even matter to us like that. You know, it shouldn't. And so what I'm trying to tell you guys is really, 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 really seek the Lord, because especially in these times and days where things are just going haywire, you're seeing on the news every day, so-and-so killed this person, the president's doing this, and you know, with so many negative things happening, you see it right in front of your eyes. You've really got to get your relationship with Christ and show yourself approved, okay? I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.